Hey there y'all, it's been a few weeks, so I'm sure you guys are wondering where the content is. First off, I just wanted to say a massive thank you so much to all of the support that the recent videos have gotten. I've had a number of videos go over 100 views, which is something that just doesn't really happen, especially with Draft League videos, so sincerely thank you all so much for all of the amazing support. I truly do appreciate the love you've given to my content. Over the last month, I ended up getting caught up in my IRL job as well as the online Grand Challenge for the Pokemon VGC back at the beginning of October. Thankfully, however, my schedule has become significantly less stressful, so I should be able to get back into making content again, at least for the next month. And that includes making videos and streaming. Some of y'all might be wondering how I got into Pokemon VGC, and for that I would say blame Wolfie VGC, specifically the Toronto Regional and EUIC videos he posted a few months ago. This does become relevant in a bit, so keep this information in mind. In terms of where the battles are, I won't lie, a small part of it is me being lazy. It can be very hard to motivate myself to make content after work, especially when videos don't get shown to that many people. Obviously, I know views aren't everything, and ultimately, I don't want to have to worry about how much views a video gets. However, considering I've been making YouTube videos for a total of 7 years now as a hobby, it's admittedly getting a bit harder and harder to justify continuing this endeavor. The endeavor of making YouTube my second job. With that being said though, that's not the main reason why the videos have been missing. To be completely honest, I have been really disappointed with how my battling has been over the last several weeks. Long story short, I went from one of the highest points in my draft league career, getting the #1 seed in an 18-coach draft league, that draft league being the PBA, with some extremely talented coaches like Amber, Ellie, Nova, and Onesie Baynette. I went from the #1 seed to immediately losing the quarterfinals in one of the worst games I've played, with some pretty rough prep in hindsight. Now, as crushing as this is, by itself it's not a huge deal, but then the Grand Challenge happened. I ended up getting hyperfixated on the Pokemon VGC scene during August and September. So much so that when I discovered that there was in fact a regional happening fairly close to me in October that was also during a long weekend off for me, I became very interested in attending and giving my first ever tournament a shot. So as a result, I literally spent dozens of hours theory crafting, building a team, and testing out different versions of the team on Showdown. And I won't lie, I ended up with a pretty cool team with Pokemon such as Choice Specs, Terrastellar, Hisuian Zoroark, with Trick, Misty Surge, Galarian Weezing, and of course, a Rocky Helmet Mandibuzz with Iron Head plus Roost to completely wall every physical attacker in the format. I'll leave different versions of the team in Pokepastes down below because there was a lot of changes I made throughout this process. So I got my team, but how could I guarantee that I would do well in the tournament? After all, I'd need to justify the trip since I'd be spending quite a bit of money on travel expenses and hotels, and I'd also be losing a weekend of rest. Eventually, I learned that the online Grand Challenge was happening the week before the regional, so if I did well enough online, then I could head to the regionals with the mindset that I had a really good team. So after literally theory crafting and testing until the very last minute, staying up until 4:30 in the morning on a work day just to get my team ready, I eventually got home from work later that day and I started the battles. When I say that this was some of the worst luck that I've ever experienced in my entire time playing Pokemon, I am not kidding. Sure, I didn't play perfectly, but there were so many games that came down to a really bad damage roll, crits, multiple flinches. It was rough. And had a lot of those RNG factors not happened, then I would have won. And yes, RNG will happen, and it is my job as a player to minimize the chances of things like that happening, but it was getting ridiculous. I felt like the RNG gods were literally spitting in my face, saying the dozens of hours I spent on this team were a complete waste of time. And that this team that I knew could work because it did so well on Showdown was a complete and utter failure. It was loss after loss after loss, to the point where around my 20th game, I just gave up. I was absolutely crushed that this team didn't work. Needless to say, I didn't end up going to regionals, but in hindsight, that was probably the right call to make even if my team did well. Since I decided not to go, I got to attend a party with several of my coworkers, which was a lot of fun, and I got to spend a lot more quality time with my girlfriend that I wouldn't have had otherwise. That being said, after the Grand Challenge, my mindset in Pokemon battling took a massive hit. And not only did it show in my quite frankly bad commentary, but it also showed in how I played. I went through a pretty massive losing streak for a while, including against matchups that I thought I had a good matchup into. Going from some of the best battling in my career to the worst really slashed my motivation for uploading these videos. And to be honest, I don't think the content that I would have made during this time would be worthy of watching, or worth the effort of publishing on the channel. When I create YouTube videos, I want them to be worth watching by you guys. I want you guys to be entertained. So when I see absolutely no value in the content, then I just don't want to upload it, and that's exactly what happened with these games. Thankfully, I'm breaking out of my mental rut in draft, but because of what I've stated before, I have decided that I will not be continuing my uploads of the NBBL or Josh's League battles. Depending on how I do for both leagues, I might end up making a movie later on, but that's only if I do exceptionally well in either league. What I will be doing, however, is what I did for the PBA. I'm going back into the hyperbolic time chamber to continue honing my skills in team preparation and battling. I'm fully convinced that the reason I did so well in the PBA was because I wasn't focused on making content. Rather, I was just focused on battling to the best of my ability with the team that I had, and I really think that paid off a lot. I want to make what I achieved in the PBA be a norm on this channel. I know that I'm capable of being an amazing Draft League battler, so it's about time that I locked in and started proving results. Also, as an aside, not focusing as much on making content for this channel will also allow me to focus on making content for the main channel and eventually my shorts channel as well, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. That being said, I'm not fully stepping away from making content on this channel. I've actually once again joined the Master Ball and the Luxury Ball divisions for the SPDA, so at the very least, I will be uploading the Luxury Ball battles, and quite honestly, there's a decent chance I'll be uploading the Master Ball ones too. No promises on the Master Ball one though, that might end up being a movie as well. Also, if I somehow get accepted into a league with a lot of prolific content creators like the PPL, then obviously I'll be uploading those games too. While I do want to focus on improving my skills in battle and growing my main channel, I don't want to abandon my Draft League channel. I really love making Draft League content, and it's something that I just don't want to give up anytime soon. And also, for similar reasons stated above, I will also be putting a pause on the team previews and the monotype battles that are being uploaded on the Ko-fi page unless I start getting more support on that site. So if you guys want to see more content from me, be sure to check it out. And I also wanted to say, despite me not doing well in the Grand Challenge in October, I still am working on a team for the November Challenge, and I will say, this one's already proving to be a lot better than my old one, so I'm really looking forward to that. And that's pretty much it for this video. I know it's probably not what a lot of y'all were hoping to see, but I think if I really want to get better at doing Draft League, I think this is the right path for me to take. Obviously, losing is part of the game, and I'm definitely not going to be the next Uzi Gunner or the next Pokey-Aim, where I win nearly every game and make the finals in every league that I'm in. But I still want to make sure that I am a force to be reckoned with. And once again, I do still plan on uploading Draft League content, just not as much as I was originally planning. Regardless, I hope y'all are as excited as I am to see more Draft League content from me coming soon. I've got a lot of plans that will hopefully come to fruition very soon, and I think you all will really enjoy it. In the meantime, please consider checking out my main channel, as believe it or not, I will be doing a full playthrough live of Pokemon Legends ZA, as I have yet to play the game, on my main channel starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central. And I'm also currently working on some more extremely high quality videos for you all to enjoy on that channel as well. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm still working on bringing back my Gokey Challenges channel as well, so stay tuned for more information on that, hopefully relatively soon. For now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap things up. Thank you all so very much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more content coming your way, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!